So the big question mark in notaries' heads, I think, is what can we do to not only protect our signers, but ourselves, right?
Yep.
And Nicola, I think this is your pocket.
Absolutely. Well, and thankfully, I was just talking about this at a conference that I went to this weekend, and there actually are some things, especially even for the remote online notaries.
Ask the AI, ask ChatGPT, ask Gemini. Are notaries at risk of becoming obsolete? See what it tells you. You'll be fascinated.
The question you're posing to AI is, are you, AI, going to wipe out notaries?
Yes.
And the answer is
absolutely not, right?
No, exactly.
To your point, we actually watched the YouTube video of Tom Hyman asking if ChatGPT whether notaries were going to get replaced, and it literally, as he called it, the robot said that you still need that human judgment to look and assess what the situation is.
At this date and time, it all revolves around one thing, which you guys have touched on, which is the human discernment, that that Spidey sense that just something's not right. Technology doesn't have a way to detect that yet. The key factor, one of the most important things that notaries do, and I'm preaching to the choir here, the personal appearance component. As an organization, we were very hesitant with Ron prior to 2020 because we wanted to make sure the formula was right if we were going to redefine what personal appearance actually is. And then 2020 came along, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. You see Ron authorizations all over the country. The bottom line is, all this investment, whether in thought leadership or in protecting industries or improving consumer confidence, lies in what notaries do.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the pandemic, states scurried around to find ways to create remote online notarization situations where we could still have the notary involved in the transaction. So,
absolutely.
And you mentioned Spidey sense. I love that. And I feel like, the other thing that we need to tell notaries, use your Spidey sense and remember that with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
I want to read a quote. I love this quote from Andy Sheldon, Vice President of Marketing for Deduce, an AI security firm. He says, "The only surefire way to determine if someone is an actual real person is to meet them face to face. And the absolute best way to accomplish that, simply and seamlessly, is with a notary public."
Andy Sheldon, and by the way, thank you, Andy, for partnering with some thought leadership around this subject. You've been a super big help with us. But he deduces a AI detection security firm. They're working on technology to detect the kind of fraud we're talking about in this world of synthetic identity fraud. Even this guy says the best way to protect yourself is to be face to face with a notary public, right? Someone who is at the upper echelons of at the leading edge of trying to figure out how to detect this is saying old school. So the big question mark in notaries' heads, I think, is what can we do to not only protect our signers, but ourselves, right? And Nicola, I think this is your pocket.
Absolutely. Well, and thankfully, I was just talking about this at a conference that I went to this weekend, and there actually are some things, especially even for the remote online notaries, which is using a script that you stick to 100% of the time and doing it the same way, and not relying on the credential analysis and doing your own checks. So if you have questions, somebody was talking about something called an aliveness check, where you in real time have them clap their hands.
Aliveness check.
But that's the thing, is if you think it's a deep fake, there's going to be certain things if an AI image is over their face that if you ask them like, hey, can you move your neck this way, or clap your hands 3 times, or say this sentence, backwards for me, it's going to be harder for AI to generate that and to go through those things. So as smart as the fraudsters get, we can also stay smart with being diligent. But that aliveness check was I think they called it that, of just asking them to do a simple task that they're not expecting so that AI isn't ready for it. There's still going to be the same, alertness and the same Spidey senses, as you mentioned, that don't go away.
Right. Notaries are definitely more important than ever today than they have ever been because of all we've just talked about, right?